What's up, y'all? It's your boy back again with another tragic story. This one is coming out of Harlem with a young man right there, Musa Camara, killed his mother because she told him to get a job. So, before I even get started, even going into the details of that case, we have another murder and another parent who's died and they need a GoFundMe. I can't continue to stress this enough. There's a message in every story. You guys have to get life insurance. You have to. Don't really cost much. For those who working, especially at her age, just turning 40, you're probably paying $25 a month to have a $400,000 life insurance policy. It's the least you can do. Because now at this point they're looking for a GoFundMe to raise money to pay for a funeral and to help take care of the children. When if you have the life insurance policy, the 300-400 grand would more than help take care of your children. It would also give them a head start and a much better life than the life they was already living. But like I say, to have a 22, to have your child, have a child kill his own mother, shoot her in the head, that just kind of lets you know that the relationship those two had. It could have been tough love, could have been a lot of different things, but this is when I say those dynamics of mom and dad, because mom should always be the nurturer. Being the aggressor and all of that is it's a slippery slope, and it's hard for a mother to rear a boy into a man. It's almost impossible, but we'll get to the story. Mother of eight, Fatoumata Danson, was shot inside an East Harlem apartment, allegedly by a 22-year-old son. A New York City man has been arrested and charged with the murder of his own mother this week after she reportedly told him to get a job. See, that's something else you have to talk about. And that's just the laziness of the kid. Wasn't probably any male role model there. I see the uncle's upset now, but you got to nip this stuff in the bud. And this is 10, 11 years old. Young man turned into a man 19, 20, set in his ways. He not trying to hit nothing his mother was talking about, to be honest with you. And, that's something he's going to have to, well, he probably don't go to jail for life at this point, but that would have been something he was going to have to work through to become a go-getter. So, what that was just fair. But let's finish that. Musa allegedly shot his mother in the head inside the apartment at the Lehman Village houses in East Harlem. New York City police confirmed to NBC4 that the man was arrested just half a block away from the crime scene and he was in possession of the murder weapon. Danson, 39, was the mother of 7 other children. And see, that's what you're looking at. I think he was the oldest, being 39. He was 22, so she probably had him teenage mother. Which again, like I said, the rent that's probably being paid in Harlem. Also, living in New York is super expensive. So, especially living in Harlem. So, but Danson, 39, was the mother of 7 other children, members of her family, which hailed from Gambia and Sierra Leone. Immigrants to the United States in the 90s were observed grieving outside their building. According to her distraught brother, Yaku Basangari, Danson was a kind woman who always smiled and laughed. Basangari is calling for his nephew to rot in jail for the rest of his life for the crime of killing his own mother. He said the shooting was because Kamara is a lazy bastard and my sister told him to get a job, threw him out of the house, and this was his reaction. And so you also have to ask yourself, the uncle was there. Where were you at the last 10 years when this rearing was going on? Because It's sad that she died, but a lot of these crimes and these things that's going on, especially in the African American community, these children just didn't get this way. It's kind of the conversation of nature versus nurture. It's not in their nature to behave this way. They were nurtured to behave this way. And see, when you're exposing these children to rap music when you're not around, to specifically explain to them what's going on, when there's no male role model to kind of let them know. Because the next thing is, how's it even a gun in the house? So there's a lot of questions you need to be asking, when this thing happened to begin with. And it's always kind of like we'll put the blame here, but we don't want to look at things in totality. Because in totality, A, the gun was in the house. B, there's a lot of anger between him and his mother. C, that relationship has probably been out of control for quite some time. And that's what an uncle should have stepped in maybe 10 years ago. 11, 12 years old, you step in and you start having certain conversations with them. You start pushing them in a certain direction. Because I got to keep telling people, since a mother can't rear a boy into manhood, the next question you have to always ask yourself is, what has she reared? So, Camara was seen in a local hospital for a psychiatric evaluation after his arrest. He was charged with murder Wednesday, according to the authorities. Matricide is a rare crime in the U.S. Less than 2% of all homicides are the murder of a mother by a biological child. However, the data does note that most matricides are committed by adult sons. Mommy issues, man. Mommy issues. Despite an ongoing pandemic, violent crime in New York City surged in 2020, where more than 447 people were the victims of homicide last year. That was a 40% increase over the previous year. So, you have that where you go to kind of some of the other sites, they're saying that he shot her in the head in her 15th floor apartment at the Lehman Village houses, which again, public housing. Live in public housing, you got 8 children. Not doing anybody any justice by not having life insurance. He was arrested Tuesday, just a half a block from the East Harlem crime scene, with the murder weapon still in his possession. Family members are calling for him to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. And again, nobody wants to take accountability or the blame for what this kid turned into. And that's fine, but like I said, it's nature versus nurture. It didn't come out this way. It's not in his nature to be this way. Somebody nurtured and allowed this kid to be nurtured to be this way. So they said he was taken to a hospital for psychiatric evaluation following his arrest, been charged with murder. And, they'll deal with him when he gets to jail. I'm not sure how long he'll probably be living in jail, but they'll probably have to put him in protective custody, because there's one thing I can tell you: in the joint, they don't. I haven't been there, but the joint, they don't play around with child molesters or rapists or a boy or somebody murdered his mother. Yeah, they're gonna teach him a lesson inside of there. But again, like I said, there's a message in every video. The message in this video again is, especially life insurance is vital. Everybody should have it, but especially you living in public housing and you need a GoFundMe and you have a plethora of children that need to be taken care of. The least you can do is invest in yourself when you pass. Well, if you pass early, you can leave them 2, 3, 400,000 for somebody else to continue to take care of them. And summer schooling may be paid for a couple of them, but like I say, I can't keep stressing that enough. We need to have life insurance. It's not that expensive. So again, 22-year-old kid did what he did. Be punished to the fullest extent of the law. But like I said, it's nature versus nurture. It's not in his nature to be this way. So Somebody nurtured them to be this way. It's your boy, the Hood Nerd. Get that life insurance. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. I'm out.